What name is guy? Itauma. Moses Itauma. I think he's a great fighter. The young, 20 years, yeah?
20.
Yeah, 20 years. I think Itauma have big future.
Kid's a superstar, man. Sad to see Dillian go out that way, but at the end of the day, it's boxing, it's brutal and it's a business, and that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. He's the next superstar, man, without a doubt.
The youngest heavyweight world champion himself, Mike Tyson. I see him sitting at the front. He's staring at me, but listen, pressure makes diamonds, man. Pressure makes diamonds.
Well, Mike Tyson just called out "I love you." How does that feel, Moses?
Say that again, sorry?
Mike Tyson just called out "I love you," man. How does that feel?
I love you, Mike.
I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me because I've never been in that sort of fight.
In the brutal world of heavyweight boxing, there's a name being whispered in gyms with a mixture of awe and genuine fear: Moses Itauma. At an age where most are considered raw prospects, he's already being called a generational talent by the very fighters who are supposed to be his competition. They've seen his skills up close and they're not just impressed, they're unnerved. This isn't just hype, it's a warning from inside the ropes. And now those fighters are breaking down the terrifying talent that's destined to take over.
Tyson Fury sparred enough rounds of Itauma to know what type of force he is. And, you know, he's tasted Usyk's power. He's got 24 rounds of action, so he knows both of them very well. And you got to take it seriously. You know, if he says that, you know, fair enough. All he's doing is diminishing, his value. Is he lost to Usyk? And if he says Moses is better than and is going to wreck Usyk, does that mean that Moses is better than him? Is that what he's saying? Because that's kind of what he's saying. And for him to say that, there's no reason for him to say. He's getting no benefit or credit by saying that. If anything, he's diminishing his own attributes. So it's I get it. If I'd have mixed it in the ring with him and he had the power and everything that he showed us so far, those little highlights of him. If you think he's the man, and he's just got time to prove it.
Let's begin with the night that shocked the heavyweight world: Itauma versus Dillian Whyte. Whyte is no pushover. Say what you wish about his recent form, but this is a man who's only ever lost to legit world championship level opponents. He has faced Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Alexander Povetkin. He has been in battles. He's experienced, durable, and understands how to test a rising fighter. But Moses Itauma didn't just pass the challenge, he erased it from the page. From the first bell, Moses looked calm, composed, and laser-focused. He walked down Whyte like it was just a normal sparring session, and then he unleashed combinations, hooks landing at will. Whyte couldn't get established. Then suddenly, a right hook. Down went Whyte. The contest was over in under 120 seconds. Consider that for a moment. A 20-year-old barely out of his teens dismantled a man who's been a fixture in heavyweight boxing for over 10 years, and he made it look simple. After the contest, he said it himself. He just followed the game plan. He saw the openings, continued landing, and finished the job without breaking a sweat.
You always said throughout the week, if I stick to my game plan, we get this job done quick. I don't think you meant that quick, the very first round. You expected this to go a bit longer.
To be honest, like what Ben was telling me what to do, for the first maybe 2-3 minutes, I saw he was doing exactly what Ben telling me to do, but it's just, the fight nerves, whatnot kicked in. And then after maybe like the first minute, I was like, okay, cool. I keep seeing this happen, I can't miss it. So, yeah, man, executed the game plan.
And when asked about what's next, he did not hesitate. He mentioned names like Joseph Parker and Ajit Kabayel. He stated, "Put me in with that bunch. That isn't normal confidence, that's terrifying confidence." And that's precisely why fans and fighters alike are calling him boxing's hottest young talent.
What's next? What's next? What's next?
That's my job. That's my job to ask.
Next.
What? Who do you want next, Moses? The world's your oyster right now. Who do you want to fight next?
Honestly, I'll fight anyone they put in front of me. So you shout a couple names out and I'm there.
Can I say a couple of names to you?
Usyk. He's not shouting Usyk.
There's a few saying Usyk.
Listen. If I be completely honest, Joseph Parker and Caballero do deserve the shot, but I'd love to take that opportunity as well. Chuck me in there with them lot.
Even his promoter, Frank Warren, could not conceal his excitement. After the Whyte contest, Warren called Moses the most incredible finisher he's seen in years. He praised his poise, shot selection, and the way Moses never wastes punches. Warren directly said it. Every punch he throws is damaging and well-measured. And here's the thing. Most young fighters, when they get a chance to face a big name like Whyte, they get careless. They become messy. They pursue the knockout. But Moses did not. He remained patient, calm, and clinical.
Happy, Mr. Davidson?
Yeah, look, pros, fantastic event, headline against the British boxing legend, fantastic performance. Cons, we're still chasing those rounds, but hey-ho. Like I said, very hard. I said with you guys, funny enough, this week, very hard for any heavyweight to get to 12 rounds with him. Very hard.
It's really weird, isn't it, that he might become a world champion without getting the rounds in even?
Yeah, like to go 12 rounds with him is a tough task. Never mind to bank rounds and, you know, all this, get to the second half. I've seen him start to walk people down and beat them up, head and body, breaking them down on the front foot. I've seen that side to his game, but to get to the second half while shipping that punishment along the way, it's a really tough task.
That isn't just physical talent. That is ring IQ. That's maturity far beyond his years. And it is what separates a hype job from the genuine article. Now here is where it gets insane. With Alexander Usyk recovering from injuries and possibly relinquishing the WBO belt, Moses is already positioned as the #1 contender in those rankings, which means realistically, he could be fighting for a world title within a year at just 20 years old. Just let that register. Of course, when you deliver a performance like that, the supporters come out in force. Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King himself, came out and claimed Moses Itauma could already defeat Alexander Usyk. Yes, Fury, who knows exactly how tough Usyk is, genuinely feels Moses has what it takes right now. That is how high the hype is.
I keep getting asked about young Moses Itauma fighting Alexander Usyk and fighting other big names. And my opinion is not someone who don't know boxing. My opinion is someone who has been there and won every single belt, won everything there is to win in boxing, and done very well. Boxing is a young man's game. Like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37, boxing's a young man's game and he waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old men out of the division. Usyk, AJ, Miller, whoever there is who's old, Zhang, whoever else there is, Luis Ortiz, all these big names of the past are all a spent force. And even the world champion now, if they took my belts and give them to Usyk, Moses will wreck him. Because he's a young man versus an old man. An old man can't mess with young men.
Fighters who've been in there with the best are stating this kid is the next big thing, maybe even the man to take over the division once the old guard moves on. But where there is praise, there is also counsel. And if I were Moses, I would not take these words lightly. Fighters like Amir Khan and Ricky Hatton, both former world champions, are essentially waving the caution flag. They're stating, yes, Moses is special. Yes, he is scary good, but pump the brakes before you throw him in with Usyk. Amir Khan likened Moses' movement to a middleweight. That is how quick and fluid he is for a heavyweight. He stated every punch was clean, accurate, and sharp, the kind of thing you don't usually see in the land of the giants. But Khan also told everyone that Usyk is on another level. Jumping in too soon against him could destroy a young career, and that's a risk no one wants Moses to take.
A fighter that could go all the way and is so young and has tons of time ahead of him. I mean, Itauma, he's got everything it takes to become a world champion, but a great fighter. Like one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in my opinion. And the reason I said that is because to knock Dillian Whyte out like that in just a round, wow, like the guy's a beast. I mean, I never expected that because Dillian Whyte doesn't go down easy. Dillian Whyte is a beast, and he was the lightest he's been, so he thought maybe he's gonna have the speed, movement and everything. But the thing is, one thing about Dillian Whyte, he has the power all the time in every fight, and that doesn't disappear. And guess what? He just walked right.
Ricky Hatton repeated the same. He called Moses magnificent and praised his maturity, but said, let's slow down. Why? Because Moses has only had 13 professional fights. He has barely gone past 26 rounds in his career. Putting him against one of the greatest heavyweights of all time right now could do more harm than good. Hatton even recommended domestic fights instead, names like Fabio Wardley or Fraser Clark. Grow the fan base, grow the experience, then take on the monsters. And honestly, they have a point. Because as scary good as Moses looks, boxing history is full of fighters who were pushed too quickly and never recovered from that first devastating loss. And that is truly the debate right now. On one side, you have people saying, strike while the iron's hot. This kid's ready now. Give him Usyk. Give him the belts. Let him stun the world. On the other, the veteran stating, chill. Let him develop. He is only 20. He's got 10 to 15 years ahead of him. Why rush? It is a fascinating conflict because both sides are right. Ponder it for a moment. If Moses defeats a guy like Joseph Parker or maybe Filip Hrgović, the hype goes to another stratosphere. He becomes indisputable. But if he gets Usyk too early and loses badly, suddenly the aura of invincibility is gone. That is why this moment feels so crucial. Every step from here matters. So, what exactly makes Moses so frightening? First, his size. He's a natural heavyweight, big, strong, powerful, but he does not move like one. Like Amir Khan stated, he has middleweight speed, lightweight reflexes, and the composure of a seasoned veteran. Second, his finishing instinct. Some fighters pause when they hurt their opponent. Never Moses. The moment he smells blood, he attacks. But he does it intelligently. No wild swings, no wasted energy, just calculated destruction. Third, his mindset. Hear his post-fight interview. He isn't arrogant. He isn't talking about money or fame. He is obsessed with the craft. He is literally stating, what's next? Give me names. I'll fight anyone. That desire at 20 years old, that is dangerous. And here is the bigger picture. The heavyweight division is in a strange spot right now. Usyk is injured. Fury is half retired every other week. Anthony Joshua is hoping to rebuild. Deontay Wilder's at the very end of his career. The old guard is disappearing, which means the door is wide open for new blood. And Moses Itauma is standing right there prepared to kick it down. Guys like Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clark, and Jared Anderson, they are all part of this new wave. But Moses, he could be leading the charge. And if he continues blowing through names like Dillian Whyte, it won't be long before he is the face of heavyweight boxing.
Yes, he looked good on the scales, he lost weight, yeah, but the boxing style was not there. Yeah. If I was him, I'd have done to my team, I'd say, you know what, give me a southpaw, I can box, in a real fight. Then I'll jump on Moses afterwards. Because when the last time he boxed a southpaw?
That's true.
No, I mean, like, he's never boxed one before, I don't think, in his career. And the time you take a fight with the young lion to go box him, you're mad. They offered me that fight, they're like, oh, Derek, His Excellency wants you to fight Moses Itauma. I like, bad connection. I can't hear you, bad connection. Can't hear you, bad connection, yeah. I was like, and they try to call back, I'm like,
Do you ultimately think it's because it was just the wrong fight to take?
It's the wrong fight to take.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Is Moses Itauma already that person? Is he the future king who is going to take over the heavyweight division? Or should his team hear Amir Khan and Ricky Hatton and slow things down before they push him into deep waters? One thing is for sure, at just 20 years old, Moses Itauma is frighteningly good. And if he continues this up, we could be witnessing the birth of a new era in boxing. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.